Hey guys, happy Thursday! Today is Thursday, February 7th, and I am back with more Beatly thingies. How are you guys doing today? I am doing so wonderful, and I hope you are too, because I'm back on your computer screen for one more week. So today I want to talk about one specific album. It is not a Beatles album, but it is a Paul McCartney album. Of course, Karen, of course. This Paul McCartney album is officially 1 year old today. Kisses on the Bottom was released. Even though this album really didn't do well commercially nor critically, this is still one of my favorite Paul McCartney albums to this day. Okay, maybe it's not his best artistically, but this is still a very important album in my heart for many reasons. Kisses on the Bottom was the first Paul McCartney album that had been released after I had become a Beatle fan. This has been pretty much one of the few albums I've actually been really excited for. Or was excited for. You know, we never experienced Beatlemania like I mentioned in that video. You might want to check it out, it's pretty cool. We didn't experience the change. We never experienced anything about that. I personally didn't. Maybe some of the viewers did, and if you have, you are so lucky. But I got stuck with Kisses on the Bottom, and I was so pumped for it. I remember just counting down days on my calendar. I listened to that album every single day, 24 hours pretty much, for the first week it went out. Yeah, that album was pretty much my February 2012. I remember being in art class, I remember being in English class with my headphones on. I was always listening to Kisses on the Bottom. This album takes me back. It takes me back in time. It takes me back when Paul got his Star of Fame, when he was in the Grammys performing, when he did the live kisses in the Capitol Records. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna sit right down and write. There's videos of me just being so pumped for the album, and like this one right there was when they announced that he was gonna do an album. You can see my excitement. Ever since it came out, I wanted to do a review, but then Amy had to ruin it for me. Just teasing Amy, but I really wanted to make a review, my own review, because it's really different from Amy's. So I shall make my review now as a first anniversary, so enjoy. Kisses on the Bottom. 14 tracks of 40s jazz music. That's pretty much what it is. Unless you got the deluxe edition, like me, and got 2 extra songs. A 2012 re-release of Baby's Request, and My One and Only Love. A little background is that Paul has always been very interested in older music back even before his day, so 30s and 40s music, because he was raised by that music thanks to his dad, Jim McCartney. Paul has always shared that one of his fondest childhood memories always included his dad and a piano. Sometimes he would just sing songs in the house, sometimes he would be at parties, and that from his dad, that's pretty much how he got into music. He got interested in playing piano, then his dad bought him the trumpet, and we all know the story after that. And as we know, Paul loves to do tributes to such songs that had made him who he is, such as the whole album Run Devil Run is just covers plus like 2 original songs. And this is exactly the same way now that I think about it. The album started being recorded in October when he recorded My Valentine for Nancy right before they got married, and then he said, hey, might as well make a whole album about this jazzy music and everything. So this is what came to be Kisses on the Bottom. My overall thoughts of the album. I like the album because it's very relaxing. Some other people might find it boring though, I can definitely see that. But I find it really relaxing, really soothing, really romantic, and like I mentioned like exactly a year ago, I'm a dork for love music, so this is heaven for me. Paul McCartney's voice though sounds very different from his last album, which was Memory Alpha was Full 5 years before this. So it's really different. He uses his falsetto a lot, and he's trying to do the jazzy sound. You know how Paul has like the Elvis sound that he always uses, the Paul McCartney sound, the screaming sound, the soothing sound, the ballad sound, and now this is his jazz sound. I've never heard any other Paul McCartney song that includes this voice. So it's always very interesting. I personally like it, but I can see people being like, meh about it. The dislikes that I have, or I think you might have about this album, is that pretty much every song is pretty forgettable. If you are not into the album, which I know a lot of people won't, I think I'm just one of those few who do like this, they're just, none of them are gonna stand out. Probably My Valentine, because that's the one he actually wrote, and it sounds more modern than everything else. And My Valentine itself doesn't sound modern at all. A lot might argue that every single song sounds the same. I think the more you listen to the album, the more you're gonna like it, and I hope it's so, because that's what happened to me. If you listen to this album and you're looking for some happy and peppy music, you're not gonna have much luck with that, but there are some songs like that, such as I'm gonna sit right down and write myself a letter, It's Only a Paper Moon, Accentuate the Positive, and My Very Good Friend the Milkman Said. Those are very happy, upbeat, so it's 4 out of 16. But actually, those are not my favorite songs of the album. My favorite songs of the album include Look Down, Home When Shadows Fall, It's Only a Paper Moon, More I Cannot Wish You, The Glory of Love, We Three, oh my gosh, I'm saying every single song, Only Our Hearts, Baby's Request, and My One and Only Love. I personally like them so much. I think it's more because I have a very biased view, since I am a huge Paul McCartney freak. I love everything he does, pretty much. Oh my gosh, have you heard Cut Me Some Slack? So good. Listen to this and then listen to Cut Me Some Slack, and then you're like, whoa, it's the same person. I'm like, yeah. Little fangirl moment right there. So my last thoughts about the album is that I think a lot of people might not like it because it's really not their type of music. It's really, really different from any Beatles songs, pretty much, except what John called Paul's Granny music, like When I'm 64. If you haven't heard the album and you want to listen to it now, I just want to ask you to please, please, please give it a chance. The best way to experience the Kisses on the Bottom is to listen to the whole album just as it is. But again, this is only my opinion. What is you guys' opinion? If you have heard of the album, comment below. Let's start a little discussion there. Peace and love though. No hate. No hate. This is a hate-free zone. Thank you so much for watching and listening to my rambling. And see you guys next Thursday. Oh. Question time. This has nothing to do with the fact that I have to make a Valentine's Day video here or anything, but what is you guys' favorite love songs? Give me Beatles, solo Beatles. That's it. Okay, alright. I shall see you guys next Thursday. Bye.